I'm already living the dream and I just started working on it. And I know that sounds a bit strange because when people say that, they usually mean they've already made it, where they've reached a point where everything paid off and now they get to enjoy it. That's not really what I'm talking about. It doesn't feel like I've made it or like I've already arrived where I want to be. It just finally feels like I stopped standing still and I'm actually pursuing what I want to do. For a long time, I've liked the idea of being a content creator. It was always there in the back of my mind. I'd randomly think about it, especially when I was watching a video and I felt like I could add more to whatever I was listening to, or like I had my own opinion to share about it. I always pictured what it might be like and how I would set things up, but I never actually went through with it. I think a big part of that was me trying to be realistic and making sure my goals were small so I could actually achieve them. It's one of those things that there's a high chance where nothing really comes from it, at least in the eyes of most people. So instead of going all in and actually pursuing it, I always kept it at a distance. It always stayed as something I might try one day and not something I actually was building towards. So my life followed a pretty normal pattern. Nothing bad, but nothing exciting either. Days would pass and everything always felt the same, like I was stuck in a loop. It wasn't obvious at first, but eventually I realized how similar the weeks were and how I couldn't even tell them apart. It was all just kind of blended together. And at the same time, that idea of creating content never really went away and it just sat there untouched. And at some point, I realized that I wasn't avoiding it because I didn't care. I was avoiding it because I was scared. But honestly, after so many days went by, I started to feel worse and taking the risk started to feel better than not doing anything at all. Now, that shift in my mind wasn't dramatic or instant. It was kind of over time. It wasn't like I suddenly felt motivated or inspired to start. I just started looking at it differently. Instead of thinking about whether it would work or not, I started to think about what I could gain from actually starting. And on top of that, I also thought about what it would look like if I treated it like it already mattered and it wasn't number based. It wasn't based off of the amount of views I got or subscribers I got. But even starting my first video already mattered just as much as it would if I started my 20th video. I treated it like it was something that mattered to me as much as any hobby would, something that I wanted to kind of pursue and chip away at every single day. That's when I started actually doing it. Nothing crazy at first. It's not like I spent 2-3 hours a day. I just kind of chipped away slowly but surely. I focused more on consistency over the amount I would work on it. So this channel is me paying attention to the things that stuck with me throughout the week or things that I've learned that I feel like I should share with others or I should hang on to. So something I learned that I want to remember for the rest of my life. And so these videos are going to help me do that. And another thing, because I found a different purpose for my videos, it's not just based off of views that I get satisfaction, but it's the satisfaction of knowing that I've learned a really crucial lesson and I'll never forget it now. And it's an even better feeling knowing that I can share it with the amount of people that watch this video or any of my videos. Now, this mindset shift has changed me way more than I expected. It made days feel less robotic. I wasn't just moving from one thing to the next anymore. I started catching moments that I normally would have ignored or wouldn't have really noticed as much. And because I would do that and pay attention more and try to be more conscious in just my day-to-day living, I felt like I took more the small moments that I've kind of shrugged off before or didn't really notice started feeling way more meaningful and sometimes even become the source of a whole YouTube video that I make. And over time, that kind of discipline carried on in other things in my life, like going to the gym. I found it easier to stay consistent and actually have a routine in working out. I also handled my time a bit better, not perfectly, but with more intention and thinking behind it. It's like once I proved myself that I could take something on and be serious about it and follow through with it, that mindset didn't kind of stay isolated. It spread out across everything in my life. What surprised me the most though is the feeling I get. I always thought this kind of feeling would come later, the feeling of happiness and satisfaction and kind of groundedness and just being really appreciative of the things I have. I thought it would be after I hit a certain milestone or after I was actually successful in making content, but that hasn't been my experience at all. It's only been a little over a month and I already feel a huge difference. My life is the exact same as it was a month and a half ago. Nothing has really changed except for this channel and what I'm doing with it. And while I'm not getting hundreds of views, it's just the internal effect it's had on me. Like the the feeling of going through with something and actually thinking about something and actually constructing it. And I know we do that stuff all the time with school and with work, but I don't know how to explain it, but it's something different when it's outside of that, outside of something you feel obligated to do. Everyone has to work, everyone has to go to school, but this is something different. This is something I don't have to do. And so knowing that I'm doing it anyway, kind of like going to the gym, makes me feel so good. There's something about knowing that you're no longer putting something off that matters to you. And there's no feeling in your stomach or feeling in your heart that's like, what if, or one day I can't wait to start it. I'm just waiting for the right moment. There's something about knowing that you're already chasing it, and the moment, whether it's here or not, doesn't matter. You're not thinking about planning, you're actually planning, and you're actually doing what you're planned out. Even if it's small and it's something that no one notices, that's not really what matters. It's the fact that you notice, the fact that you know that you had something in your mind, something you were thinking about, and you actually did it. The satisfaction of knowing that you went through with it, and you didn't just put it off in the back of your mind and kind of let it sit there. I don't know how to explain it, but it's such a good feeling. That was enough to change how everything in my life feels. I even found myself treating people differently, treating people better than I already did. This channel isn't about making money or being super successful. This channel doesn't feel like a project to me. It's closer to a journal, except the only difference is instead of keeping it private, I'm making it public for other people to see. This channel is a way for me to process things and to keep things, like I said, that are important to me or that I've learned in my mind, and to hopefully help others learn from the things I've learned throughout my week or throughout my year or even throughout my life. And because of that sole purpose alone, the views, the subscribers don't really matter to me right now. I care about whether I'm showing up and making sure that I'm consistently making stuff like this to make sure that I'm ensuring the best possible results for myself so I can remember these things. So I know that discipline is more important than motivation, and that motivation isn't really something that you should rely on, and that if you want to do something, you should get started on it right now. You shouldn't be waiting for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment doesn't exist. That's what this channel is here for. It's here to tell me those things. And hopefully it'll tell you those things too. And the simple fact that I enjoy it just makes it so easy to just keep coming back and keep doing it. I genuinely enjoy it. It's not something where I feel like I have to do it. It's not something where I'm like, gosh, maybe one day it'll pay off. No, it's already paying off for me. And I think that made me realize that that can be said for other things too. And that's how we should feel about other things, whether it's something that we genuinely do enjoy or even things that we don't enjoy. Not everyone, me included, enjoys going to the gym, but there's something about trying to find joy in it. So I don't enjoy going to the gym consistently, and I do struggle sometimes, but I've noticed that trying to find joy in it, trying to find little bits of it that makes me happy in the moment, makes me way more consistent in the long term. So for me, it's trying to do a machine and trying to do a specific weight that I've been trying to go towards and getting closer and closer every single time. So before I even go to the gym, I'm super excited to just try it, and maybe today will be the day that I hit my goal. That's what makes me keep going back to the gym. And like I said before, I also noticed it changed how I show up for other people. I feel a bit more present, a bit less distracted, and a bit more calm and more focused on what they're talking about. I don't feel as stuck in my head all the time. I don't feel like a certain pressure in the back of my head. I can actually be giving people my 100% undivided attention. There's just a different kind of energy you feel when you know that your life is moving somewhere that you actually want to go, rather than just looping and feeling stuck. I don't know how to explain it, but it's such a feeling of content. And I think that's the part that most people don't really talk about. Everyone focuses and looks at the end results, but starting is the most important part of all that. Not because it guarantees those results, but it does guarantee that you're going towards those results. At least you're headed the right direction. You stop waiting for the right moment or the right outcome because you're already in it. For me, that removed a fear I had that I didn't even notice before. The idea of looking back one day and noticing that I never actually tried. Now I know that's not going to happen because I'm trying right now. And the beauty of it is I don't need to worry about staying disciplined or motivated or anything, because I'm enjoying this right now. It's not about the results. And that alone brings a peace and contentment that is really hard to describe. So when I'm saying I'm living the dream, I don't mean anything's figured out or that I have everything I want in my life. I just mean I'm finally doing something that matters to me, and I didn't leave it as an idea this time. That's it. I'm still early in the process. There's a lot I don't know yet. And there's a lot that's still scary about the future and not guaranteed. But I'm just so happy that I'm actually going where I want to be. I'm not stuck anymore. And right now, that's more than enough. Just the satisfaction of knowing that I'm actually on a path to progress and not just staying stagnant.